Okay, this time we're going to palpate the nerves on the trunk. There's really only two that you can really get a good palpation on, the posterior rami and the sympathetic trunk. So we'll turn to my man Scott here. If I want to palpate the posterior rami, you can palpate them all along the thoracic spine. Again, you can't really feel them, but this is generally a lot of what the sore spots are in this area. So what I'm going to do, if I want to palpate the left side, I'm going to side bend Scott's thoracic spine away from me, and then if I want to bias it even more, I'd have him in a little bit of flexion, so I'm going to just do that. Okay, so I'm elongating everything here, and when I want to palpate these, I feel the spine right along here. I'm going to go about, we'll say 3 finger width laterally, and you do a lateral to medial stroke just like that, and you can, it's probably even better to just use your fingers like this. Flat hand contact so you can feel. And some of these might be a little bit more sensitive on Scott, like right in there. Okay, so those would be the posterior rami. If I want to palpate Scott's sympathetic trunk, you can't get a direct palpation because it is deep, but oftentimes it's going to lie just where the costovertebral joint is. So with that, we'll go to the spinous processes of the thoracic spine. I'm going to go about 2 fingers width away from that, and I'm just going to, it's probably a little bit easier to do it more in the lower thoracic, but right in about there, and that's going to be pretty sensitive on Scott. You can do a little springing right there, so you know, when we're doing our P to A pressures on this area, are we really moving bones, or are we just stimulating the sympathetic trunk? Probably a little bit of both. So that is all the nerves of the trunk.